The Department of Justice will not sit by when women are discriminated against in sports. This is about sports. This is also about these young women's personal safety.
So there it was moments ago, the Trump Justice Department suing the state of Maine for allowing transgender athletes to compete in women's sports. They brought several examples as we say hello on a Wednesday morning, midweek. I'm Bill Hemmer. That's where we begin. Live here in New York. Morning to you, Dana.
Good morning. Good to be here with you. I'm Dana Perino, and this is America's Newsroom. I like it when they do the press conferences at 8:30, and then we got some news to go. Okay. The Trump administration is not backing down in its fight to protect women's sports. It's an issue that's gained traction across the country, and for good reason. It's happening everywhere. And polling shows voters are fed up. Nearly 70% favor a ban on trans athletes competing against girls. The Attorney General speaking to why it's a top issue for Americans.
We believe they are failing to protect women, and it's not only an issue in sports. It is a public safety issue. These boys are allowed to go in women's restrooms. They are allowed to go in the women's dressing rooms and get fully naked and change in biological boys and change clothes in front of these young women. We are taking them to court.
David Spunt, live from the Department of Justice to kick us off this morning. And David, good morning to you.
Bill and Dana, good morning to you. Attorney General Pam Bondi just left this stage a few moments ago. She's joined by Education Secretary Linda McMahon, also Riley Gaines, who's an advocate to stop biological men from participating in women's sports. This is an issue the Justice Department has been focused on since President Trump signed that executive order in February to ban biological men from playing in female sports, especially when federal funding comes into play. This all deals with Title IX of the Education Amendments Act from 1972. Maine is the target right now, but Bondi says that other states may be in play as well. Maine receives federal funds. Several different federal agencies found that Maine is in violation of Title IX by allowing men to play in women's sports.
What we are seeking an injunction to get them to stop this, stop what they're doing. That's pretty simple. And we are seeking to have the titles returned to the young women who rightfully won these sports. And we are also considering whether to retroactively pull all the funding that they have received for not complying in the past.
Maine's case came to the Justice Department after the state refused to sign an agreement with the Department of Education. That agreement would have required the state education department to issue a directive forbidding transgender athletes from participating in girls' sports. The governor there, Janet Mills, said earlier this week she's not caving to the administration. Watch.
Because there are maybe at most two transgender athletes competing in Maine schools right now, they decided to shut off funding for our school nutrition program, the school lunch program entirely, on which 172,000 Maine school children rely for their school meals. That didn't make any sense.
The DOJ says it doesn't matter if it's 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, or 50 playing in female sports. This is an issue they're going to continue to focus on. I'll also note I mentioned that other states may also see the same fate as Maine. I asked specifically which ones. Minnesota and California. I asked if there are active investigations there. I am told yes, and both those states seem to be heading down the same path as Maine. But the Attorney General just said a few moments ago the DOJ does not want to have to do this. They don't want to have to go through this process, but California and Minnesota appear to be next.
Well, if that's the case, then I think we know where we're headed. Thank you very much, David Spunt, DOJ Today, with that breaking news. Thank you.